for being here. I want to start by wishing a belated Happy Veterans Day to all the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. I thought our people did a really good job of recognizing those individuals and having the game captains on Saturday. Thought they did a really good job with that. Appreciate those who were involved. But we talk about with our players, and we greatly appreciate their service. Those who are serving, and it's because of them that we get to do what we love to do. So I wanted to hit that. I know I'm a day late in doing it, but I wanted to hit that. Recap on Saturday. Usually when you watch video after a game, it's not as bad or not as good as you thought it was, and that's kind of the case on Saturday. It's our margin for error is really small. I think I've talked about that. And when you aren't emotionally or mentally locked in for every single play, if we don't do exactly what we're coached to do, if we don't make the routine plays that are there, you get exposed, and that's what happened on Saturday. I'll go through each phase and kind of talk you through. Special teams, I thought it was a very average day. It wasn't poor, but it was just average. We didn't do anything in that in that piece of the game that changed the outcome. And where we're at right now is we've got to make plays on special teams. We got to change the game. That's kind of our motto on special teams. You got to change the game. We didn't do anything that changed the game. We had 2 penalties on special teams. One of them was a selfish penalty. Gave them the ball, I think, on the around the 42-yard line. Though we had poor coverage on the opening kickoff, which we started the game poorly. That was the first defensive play that led to the opening touchdown. Our punt coverage, who's been great all year, it was just okay. We have expectations to be better on that unit. And then I thought our miscommunication on our kickoff returners in the back end wasn't very good. We had a couple opportunities to hit big ones, and we kind of miscommunicated in the back. Defensively, disappointed with how we played. I don't think we handled the success versus Baylor very well at all, especially on the defensive line. We played poorly at the start, gave up touchdowns on the first 5 drives of the game. I don't know if I've ever been part of a game like that as a head coach, and we obviously weren't ready to go. Missed tackles. We got slow to the line. Our 3rd and 4th down execution was not very good during those opening series. We did show fight, positive. We showed fight and really only gave up a field goal from about the mid-second quarter on. But at that point, the damage had been done. Offensively, really played well in the open field. You know, if you look at it from all the way to about the plus 20, we played well. Best we played in probably since the middle of the game against Texas. Struggled in the red zone. That was the difference in the game. They were successful in the red zone. We were not. But I thought it was the best performance by our quarterbacks and our receivers. I'm excited about the future with those receivers. They're getting better. We had some drops. Those we'll talk about those, I'm sure. But that group is playing at a better or they played well on Saturday outside the drops. Our pass protection has been really solid. It's been solid. We struggled to run the ball, but our pass protection has been pretty solid. But for us to have sustained success offensively is we can't have missed assignments. We can't have drops. We can't do things to end the drives on ourselves, and we did that, and we've continued to do that. So just as a wrap-up, not the outcome we wanted or expected, and what I'm looking for and how I've really defined success when y'all have asked on several occasions is just I want to see improvement, and I want to get better. And at this point, we've made some serious improvements. If you go back and I always do this on Sundays, really do it for my own sanity sometime. I go back and look and say, okay, all right, I always pick a game out early in the year and watch it, or I go back and look at some of the stuff from preseason camp. We made a lot of improvements, and I do believe that we've gotten better and we've made solid progress. However, on Saturday on special teams and defense, I don't think that showed, and it wasn't good enough. So we've got to learn from that and moving on. We'll flip the script to Kansas State. They're coming off a disappointing loss to Texas, very close loss, 3-point game. I think Coach Kleinman has that football team playing very well right now. Before that loss to Texas on the road, they had won 3 in a row, including a huge win over Oklahoma. They caught national headlines. They've been ranked on and off as the years gone on. They're a veteran team. play extremely disciplined. I think that's been the culture in that program for a long time. They've really, during Coach's tenure there, for Coach Snyder's tenure there, both times they were really disciplined. They did a good job of evaluating. They've got a great walk-on program. I think that's part of the reason why they played played so well on special teams over the course of a number of years. And they don't beat themselves. They play extremely hard. If you look at them offensively, things stick out. They've got 8 seniors that start on that unit. 5 redshirt seniors start on the offensive line. So a lot of experience. 2 juniors. So 10 out of their 11 are upperclassmen. I think the story there is their offensive line's playing really well. They've got a lot of continuity there. They do a good job of sustaining blocks. They've done a good job in pass protection as well. I think their quarterback, Skylar Thompson, he's a dual threat. He is playing really under control. It's calm. He's been really good on third down. He can run. He has good long speed. He's a natural runner, and he's done a great job throwing the football effectively downfield. And they've got 2 nice receivers. Sean and Knowles have made big plays for them. They've been timely in the pass game. If you look at them defensively, again, veteran group, 6 seniors, 3 juniors, so 9 of the starters are upperclassmen. They played very well all year. They're near or at the top of the Big 12 in almost every defensive category. 3rd in the country on third downs, and so I think that's significant. Very talented on the defensive line. I think one of the best, if not the best, defensive line. They're talented at defensive end. They go 3 deep there. The Walker kid, 51, Hubbard, and then the Ball kid. All 3 of those guys, I think, are plus pass rushers in the Big 12. I would put them right up there against the guys at Baylor, who are the top kind of defensive ends that we've played so far this year in the conference. And in the secondary, they're playing with a lot of confidence, putting them in a lot of man situations on third down, and obviously they're having success in coverage. That's why they're ranked so high in the country on third down conversions. Special teams are solid. Again, I think that's been a cultural piece there for a long time. Talented at kickoff returner. They've returned 2 kicks for touchdowns. Their place kicker, Lynch, has been really consistent. I think he's only missed 3 kicks in 2 years as a starter there. And their punter has a really strong leg. Blocked a punt versus TCU that was one of the defining points in that game and their win there. Quick personnel update on us. Kind of some just injury things. I'll try to update you as best I can. Wide receiver Sean Ryan. He will practice this week, and we'll make a decision at the end of the week whether he's in a position to play or not. But he did get cleared to practice. Josh Chandler practiced a little bit last week. We didn't feel like he was ready to go in the game, but he will play this week, barring any setbacks. Okay, Drayshawn Miller still not available this week. Staley will make a decision later in the week. Hopefully he'll kick a little bit today, and we'll see kind of how that goes. And then TJ Simmons jogged a little bit yesterday, and we'll see how he progresses this week. I'd say he's still questionable at this point. So looking forward to playing better football this week. Looking forward to another opportunity to get out there and improve ourselves against a quality opponent. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.